Well, alright then. Welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. I'm Hupfen, and I am currently under investigation by the Sandleford Health and Safety Committee because we have been getting a lot of sick duplicants and some very close calls in the process of building this whole water reservoir system. But nobody's died, so that's good. Not dying is always preferred. Let's start sweeping some more of this stuff up. We put a bit of focus on that work and kind of let some of our in-base stuff fall by the wayside. So we're going to work on resolving that. So we'll build a cot and a mess table for the next duplicant that shows up. No fabrications queued. Let's queue up some lice loaf. We don't really need it, but we're going to focus ourselves on in-base concerns at the moment. Now we need a little bit of coal, which is around. You know, there's some coal here. We'll dig this out as we kind of progress. That's fertilizer. That's just all like organic stuff. And we'll try to keep these power plants going. This natural gas generator is not cooperating to the extent that we want it to. Let's come up here and mop this up. It's going to be bad for whoever comes and does it, but right now, like, everything's bad. We're not generating enough oxygen, we're short on algae. Stress is getting up there. We have a lot that are over a third of the way, you know, kind of there. That's going to be wet. That's going to be unfortunate. We really should turn these into mesh tile so that when we do this, they just drip all the way down into our reservoir. We're just running a little low. We're going to want to do more things to get water into our system. And some of this will help. This lice loaf just took a little plunge, it looked like. We got a little bit of mopping to do here, a little bit of sweeping to do, and it looks like we can build. No, there's a plant there. We'll let it do its thing. So right now, this is all just neutral priority, not important. Our farm stuff is more important. We can actually deprioritize that. Power generation is still vital, even though, like, this is doing its work and all that. But we gotta keep the lights on. These lights are actually being well kept. And this just keeps generating water. And I don't think it's really safe to turn this into mesh tile, but we might. We honestly might. We can deconstruct that ladder. We didn't really need it. Our biodistillers are doing what they do. Food is decayed. We have so much of it. Like, we're okay. We actually deconstructing all of it? Ah, Hupfen. So now we need to build a ladder in order to deconstruct the ladder. This was not well thought out. And the mopping is just mopping, like, so we don't actually need you to. Yeah, no, you're fine, dude. Get out of there. It's gonna keep just, there's gonna be infinite water. You're just gonna have to live with it. It does really feel like we should just let that happen, you know, but it's whatever. It's something we can live with. We have this job up here that should be getting us more algae. And by algae, I mean slime, predominantly. So that, we might want to prioritize that a little bit more. We have this air scrubber. that's kind of important as well. We should really build one down here, too, but we can kind of worry about that later on. We're kind of just in a holding pattern, really. This air scrubber, it's not even doing anything, partly because... Oh no, this liquid pipe system is pretty clean. It's mostly because there's no carbon dioxide in there. It's not very breathable. In fact, we had breathability issues throughout most of our base. So yes, this insufficient oxygen generation, that's a problem. That is a problem. So what can we do to prioritize that? Well, we can build this. We have this. Go build this. Let's prioritize building this. And there we go. And that just for good measure. And we should probably also... Do we have electrical wire in the... We have electrical wire in the queue. We'll be fine. We should also maybe build an electrolyzer. But of course this is going to generate hydrogen gas, which we don't really want. But what we can do... actually what we can do, since this should be pumping... Well, this pipe is blocked. What does the gas pipe look like? It's just... yeah. Gas vent overpressure. So what we could do is take some of this, pipe it down, say, to here, and to here, and just keep plumbing our oxygen. And this will constantly pump out, you know, a high concentration of clean oxygen, which will actually take care of this being a very breathable area and make this more of a breathable area, because this isn't. So let's do that. Actually, we should make this priority 6. Boop. Down the ladder. And put a gas vent here. Ta-da. So that's all kind of important. And that will help us, we're not generating enough oxygen, but that'll help us transfer it, which is also pretty valuable, and will help this kind of offset some of the gas pressure. Hopefully. Kind of, it's hard to tell what the gas pressure looks like in here. There's no real display for it. And just keep sweeping. Keep sweeping, keep digging. And we got this, yeah, lots of sweeping to do there. We got this little trench to dig. We can dig it. Yeah, it's not yet offsetting the gas pressure, but it will. And then hopefully this will kind of offset some of this work. We want this to be unnecessary, but by that token we want this to just be constantly working. So we can come into like somewhere like here. We could actually build this whole system somewhere like here. This is a morb emitting polluted oxygen. So we actually want to come over this way. There's chlorine gas we can deal with. We can figure out a way to deal with. There's a lot of chlorine gas in here. But if that's emitting oxygen, we'll just, like, we want to trap that. We want to trap that and tap that. So, I mean, we'd have to deodorize it, but you know, we could handle that. How's all this working? Is this all built? Not all built yet. because that didn't prioritize. So let's go. Let's not prioritize our appreciation of a mediocre painting, no matter how quaint it is. Yeah, do your sweeping job. Let's get up here, sort this out, so we have multiple vents. So that this can keep working, and everyone can be happy. Now those overloading circuits, that's... I don't know how to deal with that yet. Because, you know, we can put the high durability wire in, but, like, is that really going to do anything for us, ultimately? Maybe it will. I don't know. But maybe it's just pointless. I think we do need more power generation pretty soon. Definitely need more algae generation, because these... like, that's our problem. We don't have enough algae. So we have to go with non-algae approaches. Yeah, building lack of resources. Cooking station. Are we out of mush bars? We're out of mush bars. Okay. Well, let's just sweep that up. Micro musher is doing its thing. Yeah, now this is like the lack of algae. It's everything. Because these biodistillers can only do so much. But now we have this this air plumbing system, which should be pushing out a little bit of oxygen down in here. And we can already see it's doing good work. So we actually may want to add a bunch more vents. We want to expand this this approach. You know, if it's working, it's working. So let's do that. Put a vent here, a vent here. Can't we put a vent here? Can't put a vent there. So cancel that. We'll put the vent here. And so as this overpressurizes, it carries on. Same here, and then eventually gets down to the end. We'll want to do this again. You know, maybe like up here or something. Somewhere that we have a decent supply of natural oxygen that we can just capture, pump out, and drop somewhere relatively low in the base, perhaps. You know, perhaps way down here in our water reservoir that still needs to get built. Building broken. Ooh, well that's something that's gonna have to be repaired when we wake up. Fortunately, it's not Christmas lights, so one light goes out, the others are fine. And King Cup, we actually can't put this here because they'll just be disrupted. So where does our next cot go? Kind of think we dig out this a little further, in all honesty. Let's prioritize it up slightly. Now, it's not the biggest deal to have cots. Like, ultimately, it's not the biggest deal. But it's a stress reducer. And we want to keep these levels as low as possible. Right now we're doing okay. Everyone's below 50. So, not the worst situation to be in. We do have a little bit of mopping to do, apparently. So, sorry folks. I know, it sucks, Silver, but it is what it is. Not even sure where that kind of came about. Maybe, you know, this emitting polluted water. Maybe that's what's going on. That may just be something that we have to, you know, occasionally manage. It's like these things give off water. Just have to mop it up. So how's our oxygen looking? It's not really good. I wouldn't call it good, but it's better. So that's okay. We're in the position where we're really kind of living rough, and this is a bit of a mess. It really feels kind of crazy, but it's our mess. Food is decayed. Food is going to keep decaying because people aren't putting it in the refrigerator. Sweep. Sweep. Let's sweep that. This air scrubber is helping out, from the looks of it. Not a ton, but it's helping out. Our food situation is a really troublesome part. And a lot of circuits are getting overloaded. We could use more air deodorizers, I suspect. I mean, if you get up into here, like, this is a high concentration. So, do we build a gas pump up here and just pump oxygen way down? That might be a valid idea. Fiver's gotten a little peeved. Pipkin's right there with him. So, let them rest it off. Nilderhain is healed. So you don't really... Oh, no, Nilderhain doesn't seem so healed. That one can be unassigned. That one can be unassigned. This Buckthorn looks good. You know, he's not coming in all the time. Chilly surroundings. Where are you? Oh, you're down here. So that explains the chilly surroundings. You know, it's a rough job. It's rough and tumble work. We don't want to follow you. There's actually a decent amount of oxygen up in here. Not a great amount, but a decent amount for where you are. We should really sweep up these bleach stone. But it does give off even in storage, so kind of a split on that. We may just leave it alone. And got this water that we can access. Got a little bit of algae we can access. So we may want to handle that in the not too distant future. Plenty of hydrogen, just go over there. Go over there. Over there. It'll do what it does. We got more mopping to do. We really should deconstruct those, swap them out for... and also deconstruct those, and swap them out for the other kind of tile. Like, these should be mesh. Folks up there are gonna get stuck. Kinda sucks. So let's up priority on these. Yeah, that's... you literally jumped on nothing, but congratulations. Food is decayed, yes, yes, that's a thing that happens. Okay, so build those tile. We can deconstruct this ladder finally. Bed beyond reach. Ah, well, now that we built those mesh tiles, everything's cool. And then once we build these tiles, this biodistiller can work again. And we'll have a situation where maybe we can leave this open. Little sketchy, but you know, this biodistiller, it'll work. Water will spill over into here, go into our reservoir, which is running kind of low. So how do we handle that? Well, we get this built. This would be nice to have built. And actually part of this whole project is a liquid filter. Because that is a thing. And so what it's going to do, it'll exist kind of here, and it'll filter out the other kind of water. Actually, we'll put one here as well. And go like this. Liquid pipe bridge. Like so. And then liquid vents here and here. So if polluted water gets in here, this will filter it out and dump it into the polluted water tank, and vice versa. So everything has its job. This should be insulated tile, not regular tile. No big deal, just, you know, something to keep in mind. And now this work is really starting to happen. This is starting to come together. There's going to be lots of sweeping jobs up here. And this might be a good area to maybe build another coal generator, but we don't have any coal. We are out of coal. We are coalless. Plenty of hydrogen, but they're on different circuits. So that sucks. And our stress is starting to pick up. So is there something we can do to kind of ease up on the electrical system? Well, first we need to figure out which button is the electrical system. There we go. And yeah, we probably could. Electrical tile. This electrical wire doesn't matter yet. We'll probably like disable a couple things somewhere. Hopefully people going to sleep will reduce our stress just a little bit. Let's see, we have coal, hydrogen, natural gas. We can just try to find more coal, but there's not a whole lot of it that I can see anyway. One thing we will do, high priority dig job, get this oxalite out. Because it's blocked right now, and that can emit oxygen. So why not let it? You know, it's right there. And let's do this. Let's do a little dig to get at all of this stuff. Hopefully reduce a little bit of the water pressure. That's always nice. This is a consumable. This is somewhere that we can dig. So let's dig that up. And there's some coal over here. So let's dig that up. And this will require a dig job. Want to build some tile there. I'm gonna keep this isolated. This reservoir work is kind of top priority. It gets us coal, it keeps this generator going. This is emitting oxygen. Thank you. We've got some mealwood seed. So we can plant mealwood again and get some more farming done. That's convenient. That's rather convenient. Can we dig up this algae that's just hanging here? Completely unattended? Yes. Dig that up. You know, we've got some algae here that we can dig up. Let's prioritize this a little bit. Like, the sandstone doesn't matter as much. The algae matters. The tile is just kind of nice to have. Let's do some more sweeping. I mean, stuff is emitting polluted oxygen. That's emitting oxygen. That's the important part. It's giving us oxygen. That's what we need. We need that. We need coal. Yeah, we're just gonna burn this one through. And you can already see this is starting to work. Doesn't help this situation, but it's starting to work. And it'll slowly trickle up. And this algae means we'll be able to, you know, populate these algae terrariums and start generating more oxygen. That's really, like, we're back to basics here. We gotta generate the oxygen. Bigwig, how you doing? You feeling okay? Milderhane is still apparently sick. So, oh yeah, Bigwig is doing his thing. Doesn't have any illness though. So, sorry dude, but I know. Nilderhane, are you sick? Or are you just kinda grumpy? You're not sick. You know, I appreciate the distress and all that. This is a difficult job. But you're not sick. Like, what can we really do? What can we really tell you? We are getting a bit of oxygen coming through this vent. These vents still aren't built, which is not the greatest situation, but you know, it's okay. It's actually better to have this one than these. You know, let the oxygen flow up. We're getting better concentrations. A little bit of mopping that has to get done there, apparently. That's awaiting slime. We got slime. We got slime. We got a tiny bit of algae and rot pile, which I don't even know. Oh, rotten lice loaf. That's just gross. Alright. How's everyone doing? Everyone's at full health. So that's good. But stress is a little bit of a problem. Dandelion, Pipkin, we're starting to get people over 50, and that's distressing. And we can't quite maintain the power supply, which is also distressing. We can do something about that in time, largely by building more manual generators. We don't need these so much. Our mechanical ones are doing their work. Coal generator is kind of kicking off. Food is just constantly decaying because people aren't cleaning up after themselves. Come on. You know, were you born in a barn or something? Dude. Also, this chlorine is a little bit unsettling because it's chlorine gas in the middle of our base. Not the middle of our base, but in a portion of our base. We have actually now kind of opened this space up a little, which will be helpful going forward. Let's actually set up a little job here. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what we want to do with that bit, you know, on a structural level. How we really want to handle it. Food is decaying. Do mush bars. Do gristleberries. Actually, just do gristleberry. Just like focus on that. And maybe that'll be the job of our next duplicant. We'll see who we've got. We have Abe. So quick learner, naturally robust, but can and will fall asleep pretty much anywhere. Lyra, good digging, good balanced stats. That's appreciated. but we'll go to the bathroom a lot. We have 3 restrooms. We haven't really had a problem where, like, our restrooms were all occupied all at once. Lindsay, very creative. We need to go back and handle decor a bit more in the future. Amphibious, also a narcoleptic. Pretty high decor expectation though, because of that artist profession. Abe, pretty low decor expectation, because a scientist, and scientists have no need for your concepts of aesthetics. But he's also pretty robust and a good quick learner. The research points, that doesn't matter. The skill leveling, that's helpful. So you should get up to speed on what we need to do. So, Betsy, come on down. You're the next contestant on this mess. And a twin of Blackberry, it seems. Well, I mean, Strawberry and Bigwig are kind of one and the same. After a while, there's only so many combinations that can exist. We'll set a few last jobs and then call it for this video, which I hope you enjoyed. If you did, a like would be appreciated, subscribe doubly so. But either way, ta-ta for now.